guys, this is TJ back with another review. This time it's for Boldclash.com. This is a company I've not worked with before. They contacted me asking me if I'd like to test out one of their models. I had the option between this one, the B03 Pro, or the B03 altitude hold. I went for this one because it's got more control. I'm not a fan of altitude hold models anyway. It's the actual quadcopter itself. So you've got 7x16mm motors. On this it produces more performance on the motors than the altitude hold. I believe on the altitude hold version you get 53,500 revolutions per minute with the motors, and on the Pro you get 61,500 revolutions per minute, which is going to be better for when I stick the FPV camera. The extra weight on there is going to give it more lift, more performance. So you also have on this, if you have the right style connector for your all-in-one camera, you have, if I zoom in, so you've got this connector here. So the far left pin is for positive, the second pin is for ground. So as long as you've got the right style connector, you can push it into there without soldering. I haven't with my cameras, so I'm going to solder to the actual pads here, positive and ground here, like I did on the H36. Soldered the wires there, if you can see them. I'll be doing that to use my camera. But you can use this style, you can use the clover leaf. This has the LED display, shows the channel, the band, and the milliwatts, the power output. I'm going to be using this one here, which is the A5 camera from AKK. So the VTX and camera are separate. It's on a cable. This will give it a lower profile. It's got the monopole aerial. 25 milliwatts is perfect for this. This has got a 70 meter range. With the controller you probably get more out of it with the T8SG Jumper, which I'm going to be using. That works on the Bayang Toys protocol, and I've set that up already. But I like that you can put the camera out of the way here, and I'll be putting it flatter to the board, giving me more, less drag, less resistance into any, if there is any wind outside. If I try and fly outside, it's going to perform better. So yeah, you do get better batteries with this one. You get the 300 milliamp hour instead of 260 milliamp hour, and it's 35C, delivering the extra C rating you need, giving you that extra power you need. In the package you do get it's a charger for one battery and a full set of propellers, spare propellers. I am going to be making up my own 3-in-1 cable. I've got the connectors for my hobby grade charger. I'm going to be using this JST, so male JST, and putting those 2mm connectors, 3 of those, onto the end of that. Boldclash.com specialise in this type of thing, so it's mostly tiny whoops. So if you're starting out, I can't recommend the tiny whoop enough. It's so forgiving, it's so crash resistant, and there's no real weight there, and the ducted makes it safer to use, and it's great for any obstacle challenges. So you can make a gate out of anything. If you've got stalls around the house or whatever, you can make up your own little challenges. And if you're outside, you can find things to fly through with these. They're so much fun, really. So if I go through the controller now, so here's the controller. I'll just zoom back out. So this is mode 2, so throttles on the left, yaw, and your pitch, so forward, backwards pitch, right roll, left roll. The shoulder buttons, so it's a short press for headless mode and a long press for 1-key return. If you're new to quadcopters, what that is, as long as you stay on a certain path, it means that if you're in headless mode, no matter what way the quadcopter's facing, the pitch and roll stick stays, forwards, backwards, right and left, and if you hit 1 key return, it will come back on the path you started off on. But I would say don't rely on it, whether it's on this or whatever quadcopter you've got. It's not GPS, it's not reliable enough, and if you do get, you know, lost on your orientation, it wouldn't come back on that path if you moved, say, in a different direction. So my best advice would be just to, if you panic, it's just to drop the throttle. I mean, if you've got a line of sight anyway, you just, you know, go and get it and start again, pick it up and start again. So that's your button operation. The right shoulder button has the option for flips, so short press and then side flips, obviously that way, and forward, backward flip. You press it once and then choose the direction you want to flip into. It has an FPV loader mode, which compensates for the fact you've got an FPV camera on there, the extra weight. So you hold it for 5 seconds, the lights on the quadcopter flash, and that will actually allow for that weight to be carried and give you that performance, extra performance you need. So calibration on this, I am going to show it when I use it. I mean, you've got one for the compass and one for the gyro, so I think it's down and left and down and right, which is the case for most of these now. And the lights will flash on the quadcopter at a different rate for the compass and for the gyro. So if it's flying, say if it's drifting when you first get it out of the package, you know, and you're flying it around, if you put it on a flat level surface and you do your calibration, it should make that stable. It should hover again in one place without drifting. You might get a little drift, but if it's really bad, if you do the calibration and it's still drifting, then obviously you can use your pitch trims, pitch and roll trims, depending on, you know, where it's drifting, and you've got your throttle trim there as well. So yeah, but you shouldn't really have to. I mean, pretty much everyone I've had a lot of these brushed models, and you know, once you've done your calibration on a level surface, they pretty stay where they are within a little bit anyway. So that's the operation. You've also got an option with this to flash it, so you can get acro. It's called Silverware. You need a ST-Link version 2 USB programmer and the utility. RC Groups is where I found it. RC Groups is great for information. Yeah, so I'll leave the links in the description for that. And like I said, yeah, that's where you get your instruction manual. I've gone through the instructions on how to the operation, on how to use it. Boldclash do sell, if you haven't got an all-in-one camera, Boldclash do sell their own. It's got like a streamlined canopy over it. It does look the business. So yeah, check them out anyway. If you're into whoops, I mean, even if you don't buy this, if you want to build your own, they still do kits. They've been going for a while now. They do some nice models. They seem to fly well. They know what they're talking about. They've been doing it a long while. So if you're interested in the whoop, or you want to start out, this is a cheap option. Very crash resistant, very light, so there's no real damage on impact. You can get away with hitting into walls, I mean ceilings as well. You can hit and carry on flying. That's what I like about them. You can challenge yourself around the house. If you want to learn the FPV flying, still a good option, still cheap. Once you've got your FPV camera, you get yourself a cheap set of goggles, and then you're away. You can then flash the acro. If you want to go straight into acro, then flash it with acro. All I would say is, you know, be careful you set it up right. When you've got to erase it first, from what I've read. Have it on the right setting, and then you reprogram it with the firmware, which options you've got. You can have it on there's D07E one where you can have the rate, the acro and angle mode change on the switch, or you can do it by stick gesture, so both sticks to the right, you know, twice, and then down twice, or whatever it is. You can do it that way. So the next few videos, it's going to be me testing it out. I'm going to do an indoor flight, an outdoor flight, do some obstacle flying as well. So stay tuned. Here what I talked about in the previous video. So once you've got it and you've got the batteries charged, or you use the batteries you've got, the lights will flash steady. Turn on your controller, it will auto bind. Lights are solid. If you've got it out of the box and you're flying it around and it's drifting really badly, then this is the calibration method. So one calibration is for the compass, so I'd just do them both anyway. I believe that's for the compass, a steady flashing, and a quick flashing is for the gyroscope to level it out. As you can see, that's pretty much staying where it should do. It's not drifting badly. You will get a little drift. Okay, so let's go through the speeds. Start from rate 1. This is your forwards and backwards pitch. Right roll, left roll. To your speed. Go to rate 2. Sure roll, right and left roll. Forwards and backwards pitch. It's a bit deeper. And the yaws a bit faster. Go to rate 3. As you see, loads more pitch. And roll there. Now yours should be a lot faster. There you go. So let's do funnels. So that's a funnel in rate 1. It's a funnel in rate 2. And this is going to be a funnel in rate 3. Really nice and tight. Look at that. Brilliant. Pretty impressive, that. There you go. Decent funnels in rate 3. It's a right flip, side flip, left side flip. Nice and snappy flips as well. And it gains height, so it doesn't lose any height. Back flip, front flip. This is great for proximity flying, so, and like I said, when you've got the FPV camera on there, you can even attempt it that way. Yeah, so it's sort of like horizon mode, where you can fly normally, but if the pitch and roll stick is right to the edge of the movement, the outer edge, then it will flip. With the B03 Pro, the BWHOOP from Boldclash.com. Just going to take you for a flight outside, see what the handle's like in this. We're up to 6 mile an hour wind, but it's no real wind at the moment. So just make sure it's level. Turn it on. Auto bind. Lights are on solid. Start off in rate 1. That's rate 1. I'm going to go into a higher rate. Fly it around in rate 2. So there's your funnels in rate 2. See if I can put the whoop through the hoop. There you go. See if I can put it through again. Oh. A little bit of breeze there.
go, it went through. So it's blue for the back on this LED, you can just about see now. So the wind is not there constantly, but it's supposed to be 6 miles per hour. I'm going to put it in rate 3. Give it that more, extra bit of pitch and roll. You can see that's the angle you're getting on rate 3. Probably the best way to go if you're going outside. It's your funnels. You know what? It flies nice. I know there's no real wind. 6 miles per hour. Wind is not there constantly, but it's nice to have a little brush board that can fly outside. Get some speed on it as well. Just have to be steady on that yaw. That yaw is quite fast. So you should get around 7 minutes with these batteries, which is really decent amount of flying time. FPV I think around 5 minutes. Got some nice sharp tones with that yaw. When the wind is dropped, it's easier to put it through the hoop. There you go. A whoop through the hoop. Let's try and do it from the top. There you go. Another whoop through the hoop. Yeah, it flies outside no problems. I would say 5 mile an hour wind. It's got enough pitch and power to combat that. Just check the lights are not flashing. It's still solid. Now it's starting to flash. So it's the first outdoor flight of that. Handled it really well. And let the motors cool down a bit before I put another battery on. But I'll be flying again in a bit. for the hoop. Nearly. Go for another attempt of the whoop in the hoop. Just about got it through. Go again. There you go, right through the centre that time. And again, getting the hang of this now. Starting to flash yet for low battery. No, still solid. You have to compensate for it more when it's outside. It does get pushed about by any sort of breeze, but you can see it's performing great, really. Now starting to flash, so the next flight will be with the FPV camera using the T8SG Jumper, so we'll see how that works. Just handling that camera okay. I'm not giving it too much throttle. Using the T8SG Jumper is a lot better control though, a lot more precise. It's not going to fly for so long. Probably need to give it a bit more throttle, a bit extra weight. When I'm turning, I'm giving it a little bit more throttle. It's fine, okay. There's no real wind. Perfect weather ready, the sun's out. And I've got my own geofence. Forget your virtual reality geofence, I've got a real geofence here. This is a 25 milliwatt camera. See, the range of it is more than enough for this. As you get more confident, obviously you can pick up more speed. Trying to keep it within this geofence of mine, this basketball court. It's pretty handy. So I'm not going to lose it. Keep it at the right height, it's just going to hit the fence.
Yeah, so I said to him, I'd love to have that back because I'm not used to that playing you, but I agree.
I'm just going to land it.